Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Straight Talk on Social Media webinar. This is Dave Neustraten, Managing Principal at Pivot Group. We're excited to get together for another great session. The attendance has grown with each webinar. The content's been great. We've been getting a lot of great feedback from those of you attending. Please continue to share that feedback and topics that are of interest to you. Today's topic, including increasing likers and followers, is driven in part by your feedback. So, again, keep sharing your thoughts and input with us as we make this webinar as helpful as possible to those of you who are attending and participating here in this series. Before I turn it over to Ian, our social media and digital marketing expert, I wanted to just touch base briefly and update you on a few new services related to digital marketing and social media. One is based on client requests. We've created a social media startup kit. So for those of you who have not yet launched all of your social media presences, we've found that there are some clients that are not doing it correctly, and there are others who really want a little bit of extra help making sure that they roll these new tools out effectively and properly. So we've got a very inexpensive startup kit that you can use, or if you know of others who are struggling a little bit in this area, trying to figure out what's the best way to do it, could be a great option for you. Also, based on client requests, we've started a new service called Pivot Posts. And what that is a very low-cost subscription where we give you content that you can use to post on your Twitter feed or on your Facebook pages. So if you struggle at all or you want some ideas, this could be a great resource for you that you can just grab from and use with your social media marketing. We've also been doing Facebook advertising for campaigns for folks. Ian's got a great track record of finding ways to get an effective campaign out there and yet keep the cost down, minimize the cost to you. And there's a little bit of art and science there that he's quite good at. So if you've been doing Facebook advertising or something you're interested in, that's another great resource that we have for you and a support service for you. Finally, we've had some questions as far as the status of the Picket Bowl Challenge. And we have formally announced this is now available for sign-ups. This is for the College Bowl season that starts up in mid-December, runs well into January. And this is an online contest that you can use. And there's great tie-ins to your social media efforts as you post on your Facebook page who's currently in the lead, and who won the contest, etc. So it's a fun way to kind of build word of mouth and buzz. If you want more information on the Picket Bowl Challenge, it's an online contest that you can run. If you want more information on that, please let us know. So now I'd like to turn it over to Ian Desher, who's going to cover the content for today's Straight Talk on Social Media.
Hi everybody, welcome to Straight Talk on Social Media. Thanks for joining us for today's session, how to increase your likers and followers. First, as we always do, let's take a look at the news from the last few weeks. In the last webinar, I talked a bit about the successful promotion that the Gap ran with the popular online coupon site Groupon, and I promised to report back this time with some specifics about Groupon and how it works. Well, it turns out there's a great site that Groupon has set up for businesses who are interested in using them, and that site is grouponworks.com. The site gives complete information about how Groupon works and allows you to contact Groupon directly. Essentially, the way Groupon works is that a business would contact Groupon about a deal and then work out the details of that deal with Groupon, including the minimum number of people who have to buy in for the deal to actually be offered, how much the cost is going to be, what the percentage that Groupon will take is, and that sort of thing. And then Groupon runs the offer. Like I said, they take a small percentage of the proceeds of the deal's revenue, but then immediately, supposedly, they say within 1 day, they send the business a check for the balance of the funds that are raised. They also furnish the business with the names and contact information of the people who have purchased the coupon, who are now almost guaranteed to visit that business because they've purchased a coupon for use at the business. It really, in my mind, it's a win-win-win situation. It's a win for the consumer who gets to take advantage of a great deal. It's a win for the business who gets a jolt of revenue and the promise of new customers. And it's a win for Groupon, obviously, who profits from the deal. Groupon makes a big deal out of the fact that their subscribers are, as they put it, the kind of customer that you want. Young, internet-savvy people who are hard to reach through traditional advertising channels. They also argue that their system works better than normal print advertising because you never know what the actual effect of print advertising is, whereas you do get to see exactly who purchased your Groupon deal. Coincidentally, I had my first experience this last week of buying a Groupon deal when I bought $25 worth of food at a local pub for only $12. The process was smooth and easy. They emailed me immediately with the coupon code and everything. And yes, frankly, I feel like I had gotten a good deal. So that's my update on Groupon. It really does seem to work well. Keep them in your sights and contact them if you think you'd like to give them a try. They are based in a lot of major metropolitan areas right now, but I know that they also work with companies in the outlying regions of those major metropolitan areas. In other news, Twitter announced on Tuesday that its site design is going to begin changing immediately for just a few users right now, but within the next few weeks for everyone. The site's now going to incorporate a two-pane view, which you can see here. And as predicted in the last few months, you'll be able to see photos and embedded videos like YouTube and Vimeo and that sort of thing. All of that will be allowed now. You'll be able to scroll over someone's username and see a little mini profile of them and see related content when you click on a tweet. These changes encompass some of what I've been calling the Facebookification of Twitter, which is now sort of becoming more official. I was amused this past week to see a Mashable.com article use that word Facebookification. I would like to claim that they got it from me, but I don't think that's probably quite true. This week, Google unveiled its long-awaited search tool called Google Instant. As you'll see here, if you watch, Google Instant delivers instant search results as you type in your search query. Now you can view instant search results and maybe even find yourself getting sidetracked along the way. You start typing internet service, for instance, hoping to find a new service provider, but first it shows you the results for internet speed test, which is a more popularly searched term. So maybe you think to yourself, oh, that would be fun, and you're off in another direction. Google Instant, I think, changed the way online searching is done overnight. And speaking of Google, there are early reports which started with an accidental or maybe not so accidental leak by the CEO of Intel that Google is going to be releasing a Google TV service, combining the best of what Google has to offer in terms of search capability with your TV station and programming. So if you want to find a good science fiction movie, for instance, you could do a search on your TV for science fiction and see what's on, get show times and channel information, and so on. Or, you could search for Mariners to see when your favorite team is playing. You get the idea. Google TV is also likely to feature Google Ads, pay-per-view options, DVR-like controls, and other features that digital television viewers have come to expect, but all sort of hyped up on the power of Google. So here are some takeaways from these news items. First, with the redesigned Twitter site, once it's rolled out to everyone, you can and really should take advantage of the changes by expanding the media that you use on Twitter. The companies that use photos and videos in addition to links and text updates consistently have more compelling social media sites, and that's going to be true on Twitter as well as it is on Facebook already. A digital picture may not be worth quite 1,000 words, but it should at least be good for Twitter's 140 characters. When it comes to Google Instant, expect that search engine optimization, or SEO, is going to present some new opportunities. I think we'll start seeing companies buying Google ad space for words that people might type on their way to something else. For instance, if your company is called FutureNet, you might start placing a Google ad for the word future, knowing that people will see your ad on their way to something else entirely. Or if you're an internet company in a highly competitive field, you might place a Google ad for the word INTE or INTER, so that as people type the word internet, your ad shows up before anyone else's on the way. These are just some possibilities and random examples, of course, but there will definitely be new SEO opportunities with Google Instant. Finally, if Google is successful in integrating its search capabilities with digital television technology, I think this could potentially be something of a game changer for how TV is done. Given the opportunity to search for programs that they want to watch, viewers may do far less channel surfing and expect far more on-demand content. And Google Ads alongside Google TV may present a far more targeted system for television ads than your basic 30-second commercial. So that's the news, and now for the focus, how to increase your followers and likers. As we get into this topic, let me give a brief review of exactly what it means when somebody chooses to follow you on Twitter or like you on Facebook. On Twitter, if someone follows you, it means that your tweets will now show up in their feed every time you post something. It will also be shown publicly that you have followed them. On Facebook, if someone clicks the like button on your company's page, that means every time you post something to your Facebook profile, it will show up in that person's news feed. And the fact that they have liked you will show up both on their personal profile and on your company's page. So when someone follows you or likes you, it basically means two things. First, that they publicly acknowledge an interest in you, and second, they have a willingness to see what you post. This may not sound like a lot, but in the world of social media, clicking on the follow or like button, particularly on a company's Twitter feed or Facebook page, is really a big deal. So the first thing I think we have to understand about likes and follows on Facebook or Twitter is why people do it. What would cause someone to find you on Facebook and click the like button? Well, in April, ExactTarget did a study on why people would like a company on Facebook. And the results, I think, are really telling for companies getting into social media. 40% of people studied said that they liked a company on Facebook to receive discounts or promotions. 39% said they liked a company to show their support for the company. The next reason, 36% of people wanted to get a freebie like a coupon or a sample. 34% wanted to stay informed about the activities of the company. 33% wanted to get updates on future products. And 30% of people wanted to get updates on upcoming sales. Other reasons on the list are things like I just liked them for fun or wanting to learn more. Looking at these ExactTarget figures, which I think are invaluable for companies using Facebook, I think we can boil them down to four main categories. In order of the top reasons why people like companies on Facebook, I think they go something like this. First, they want to get something out of the company. Whether it be a discount or a freebie or exclusive content, these people liked a company on Facebook because they knew or hoped they would get something out of it. Second, people like companies on Facebook because they want to support the companies and let other people know that they support them. Third, people like companies because they want to stay updated on the company's activities. And finally, people click like because they want to learn more about the company, to educate themselves. So what does this all tell us? Well, do you remember the 2006 movie Snakes on a Plane? Do you remember how that movie got made? It all started with an internet rumor about a movie that was going to be called Snakes on a Plane. And then Samuel L. Jackson, one of Hollywood's most popular and most fun action stars, was rumored to be in the lead role. And there was even a famous line that was bandied about on the internet, and it was all rumor at first. And do you know what happened? The rumor and the excitement and the buzz became so big that the movie was made and Samuel L. Jackson starred in it, and sure enough, Jackson delivered the famous line that I can't repeat in a family-friendly webinar. But the lesson for marketers behind this movie is give the people what they want. And if people are going to like your Facebook page to get something, or to show support, or to stay updated, or to learn more, cater your Facebook page to those most prominent reasons. Give the people what they want. So how does that work? Well, here are some tips about how to increase your likers on Facebook or your followers on Twitter based on the reasons why people like in the first place. I'm going to say most of this in terms of Facebook, but it's all applicable to Twitter followers or even LinkedIn connections and things like that as well.